Mongraal is very talented.
Oh my! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Someone needs to clip that!
Quite funny. Very competitive. And rages quite hard.
I forgot you can. Oh, I'm done. Oh. Oh. No.
This documentary will go into detail on the rise, disappearance, and return of the Fortnite competitive legend, Mongraal. Kyle Jackson, also known as Mongraal, was born on August 13, 2004. He was born in Kent, England. Since a child, he had always had a love for video games. He enjoyed playing first-person shooter games like Call of Duty and Halo, and eventually began playing competitively at the age of 9 years old. As the Battle Royale genre began to grow in popularity, he started grinding games like H1Z1 and PUBG. At the peak of Battle Royale hype, Fortnite Battle Royale was released in 2017. Although Kyle Jackson would primarily stream H1Z1 as he preferred it until January 2018, where he really started to enjoy Fortnite. For the first 4 months when streaming Fortnite, he would only average around 10 viewers. Even with this low viewer count, an esports team called Team Secret noticed his talent at the game and chose to make him a part of their roster. Not even 4 days after, Mongraal would be interviewed by BBC News. Once this aired, he went from 10 average viewers to 1,500 in just 1 month. Because his mechanics were incredibly advanced for the time and he was so good at solo squads, he would constantly upload high kill games to YouTube that would get millions of views as nobody else was doing what he was at the time. Around this time, he would drop out of school to pursue a career in gaming and streaming. June 15th, 2018, Friday Fortnite 2v2 kill race featured the biggest streamers and best players in the world. Mongraal and Dementus won the tournament but also had some controversy afterwards. After they had won, the team they had to play for tweeted, "Best Fortnite team in the world, real pros, not entertainers." The organisers of Friday Fortnite didn't like this comment, so they banned the team from any future tournaments. Luckily, Mongraal was still allowed to play, just not with Team Secret in his name. Because of his win, his Twitch blew up once again, and he was now averaging around 9,000 viewers. Although he enjoyed streaming and content creation, his true passion was about competing. Unfortunately, he wasn't old enough at the time, as he was 14 and the age requirement was 16. He did qualify for the Winter Royale in 2018, but he was too young to participate. On February 22, 2019, the age requirement was lowered to 13 years old. Because of this, he then went on to qualify for the Fortnite World Cup and got second in the duo qualifiers with his teammate Mitra. On the final chance to qualify for solos too, after some unfortunate attempts beforehand, he put an outstanding performance and managed to pull off an incredible win, which then secured him the 5th spot.
No way can you survive in this situation.
Jamming himself underneath the structure, he might actually, his head might have been poking through the floor. He's saying just ahead, just out of sight. Does the player see him?
Yes,
I don't think so. The drop in. Gets the shot off and gets the elimination. Mongraal literally putting on a clinic of why you need to pay attention to what's going on.
Everybody?
Are you kidding me?
Just fell.
Picks up 3 balls.
Launch pad, he's gonna launch pad off. Oh my goodness. Are you serious? 13 eliminations. There's still 4 players left, including him. Add it down! No way are you doing this right now, Mongraal! No way! Top 3 situation now. Gonna get the time for the minis. Still needs to find 2 more. Not sure who he's fighting. It's Alec on high ground and then Zur. Mongraal took down every single player that we talked about earlier in the lobby. And now reloading the double RPG as well. Zur's gonna go down in another one. Mongraal, are you kidding me? There is no way you just did that. All right, see you, Lupo.
I gotta go. I'm out.
This also meant he was one of the 18 people to qualify for both solos and duos. After this, he would be signed to FaZe, which he would then represent for the next 3 years. At the Fortnite World Cup in New York, he would finish 6th in duos and 13th in solos. Overall, his performance made him a whopping $375,000 or £316,000 in just 2 days. Once FNCS, or Fortnite Champion Series, was announced, as the new main major tournament with trios being the game mode, Mongraal and Mitra would add Benji Fishy to their team. In the 5 weeks of FNCS qualifiers, they finished first 3 times in a row and second twice. This alone earned them $134,000 or $115,000 each. This team also produced some of the most iconic competitive clips in the whole of Fortnite competitive history.
I'm gonna drop, I'm dropping! Aqua on me! Call Aqua! Dance!
During Season 10, they easily won their heat matches, finishing in first, but only managed to come 10th place in Grand Finals. The next FNCS was in squads and originally tried out adding Mr. Savage to their team, but ended up with Mongraal and Benji Fishy teaming up with Wolfies and Nate. This Grand Finals went well as they got second place, but they didn't manage to get the win. The FNCS after that was duos, and Mongraal teamed up with Benji Fishy, and although they finished second last season, they were not able to qualify in duos. The next FNCS was solos, which was normally the mode that Mongraal was best at. Unfortunately though, he'd placed 16th in finals. Instead of this discouraging him though, he would go on to instead to practice more and try harder for next season's FNCS, which was the Chapter 2 Season 4, or the Marvel season. This season's FNCS was trios, which was Mongraal's favourite game mode. Instead of playing with Benji Fishy, he teamed up with his previous teammate Mitra and the previous season's FNCS winner Tayson. A lot of time this team would troll and not take things seriously though, apart from Tayson.
Just making sure I don't really die though.
Hold up here, please. We're in the game if you're there.
Ooh, Tayson wants to do the God IGL. Do we listen to the IGL, Tayson? Let's have a think about this though.
I think we listen to Mongraal because he has the most kills right now.
Yeah.
I'm looting his chest though. Maybe there's a full pump in here.
Let's get in the car though. Let's get in the car for the one time. Just for the one time.
Okay.
Just for the one time!
He's high HP.
Oh fuck. Oh, get out the car though!
Even though Mongraal and Mitra trolled a bunch, they were still very good. Throughout the qualifiers, they landed at Stark Industries POI for every game. In the Grand Finals, they did the same thing and were uncontested for every single game and eliminated any team that tried to contest them with ease.
Nice. So easy. Go for it.
Get the out! You bullshit boys! Don't ever contest me because you'll get 1v3 like that! Loser!
Going into day 2, they had a 30-point lead, but unfortunately, this was soon going to change. Flick, Anas, and Thomas HT began landing on Mongraal during the final 5 games and had lowered their lead drastically. So in the final game, Mongraal and his team decided to make a risky play and contest the second place team at Sweaty Sands in order to try and secure the win.
This is going to be a baby victory royale. This right here, this engagement going down in Sweaty Sands is going to determine the FNCS Trios Grand Championship. It's going to be crazy. At the same time, though, if 1 and 2 hurt each other so aggressively, that opens up the door for Raxo, Kami, and Artur to snake away that Grand Championship. It's all or nothing right here, the top 3. And I just like this, that it's just so crazy that the opening moments, the drop spot, could determine your fate.
Because Mongraal's team contested second place, it prevented them from gaining any more points, therefore letting them keep the lead. Not only did Mongraal win the tournament making $111,000 or £82,000, but he would also stream the entire tournament with an average of 90,000 viewers. Unfortunately after this tournament, Tayson really wanted to play with people who took the game more seriously and decided to drop Mongraal and Mitra. They initially tried to go back to the trio of them and Benji Fishy, but decided after doing terrible in the first week of FNCS qualifiers that they would split up again. This would now begin the decline of placement and lack of playing from Mongraal. A lot of people believe, including me, the main reason for this was because after finally winning FNCS, he stopped playing as much and therefore didn't perform as well, and therefore resulted in him not qualifying for the next 2 seasons. In Chapter 2 Season 7, he barely passed heats and didn't make the finals, with the same thing happening in Chapter 2 Season 8. After this, he started to play the game way less and would take weeks off streaming. When he did, he would be streaming other games like Valorant. Eventually, he basically disappeared from the internet, apart from the occasional stream every once in a while. Quite a while after, a club named the Bored Ape Yacht Club would create a game called Dookie Dash that had a massive competition, with first place prizes being worth over $1.6 million, or almost £1.2 million. Mongraal, over his entire competitive history so far, on Fortnite had made $720,000 or £532,000, and in spending 2 weeks in doing this tournament for Dookie Dash, he'd made over double that. Over the next 6 months we got more silence until he uploaded a video vlog on how he started focusing on things that are more important to him. He began working out, travelling and prioritising his mental health. He never mentioned coming back to streaming until Fortnite announced in October 2023 that they would bring back OG Fortnite for a month. After not streaming or doing anything on social media for almost a year, he made a massive tweet saying this: "OG Fortnite soon, huh? Could be the start of a new era." Nobody initially knew if he would be making a full return or if it would just be periodically. Because he was away from the game for so long, he struggled a bit to play decently, but it was still clear that he was enjoying himself.
Cool, bro. This is real OG, because I'm literally on a PS5. So this is double OG. $200.
When Chapter 5 Season 1 released, he again shocked a lot of people by continuing to play the game. 1 week after the season came out, him and Mr. Savage shocked a bunch of the community by announcing they will be playing FNCS together. This decision was made with the single goal to qualify for FNCS. When it began, they initially secured a spot in the lower bracket and made it out on the second attempt, getting 12th out of top 30. All they needed now was top 25, but unfortunately even with Mr. Savage doing a solo clutch to get the points they needed, they still barely didn't get the win in a tiebreaker.
Gotta be kidding me. Oh my god. On the tiebreak, you've got to be shitting me.
Thankfully, there was a final chance to get top 15 in the lower bracket in order to make it, and they managed to win in a perfect zone pool as they were on top of the hill and the others couldn't get up out the zone to win.
Can he win this? With 0 builds? Surely not. Just don't die to TD. No! Yes! No! Yes! No! Yes! 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 Oh my god, yes, he's clutching so hard! 80 points! Let's fucking go! Oh my god, he's gonna win! Oh my god! TD can't get up, he wins! It's the opposite of the Savage Shadow Bomb play! Oh my fucking god, they've qualified! Yes. I'm checking. You're 12. 100%, all games finished. Yes! Oh my god. Chat, we qualified to Grands. We qualified. We qualified, boys. Yes. We qualified.
This managed to secure them the 12th place and helped them qualify for Grand Finals. This was Mongraal's first FNCS qualifier since Chapter 2 Season 4. Unfortunately, they were contested in finals and it didn't go too well. The following season they qualified for heats again, but they were unable to make it out of the lower bracket. With them both wanting to qualify for that year's Global Championship, since EU and NA both had 10 qualification spots, or Europe and North America, they chose to move to Dallas to compete in the next season's FNCS. It seemed like a great idea considering NA was statistically easier to compete in. Initially it didn't seem like they were good enough to place in Grand Finals after just missing out on upper bracket, but they managed to make it out of the lower bracket quite easily by finishing in second place. Now all they needed was a top 25 back-to-back rounds in the upper bracket, but it would not be easy as they were contested by Death and Edgy. Surprisingly though, Mongraal and Mr. Savage beat Death and Edgy in 4 out of 5 rounds and ended up finishing in 8th place. Now all they needed was one more top 25 and they achieved it by placing 10th, which secured them a spot in the finals. In the finals they ended up placing 28th, but given how long it's been since Mongraal's absence of Fortnite, this was still extremely impressive. Overall, seeing how Mongraal can rise to fame and to first place in the competitive scene to completely disappearing for months at a time all the way to returning back to where he was before and still doing so well years after, it's safe to say that Mongraal is one of the greatest players in Fortnite's current history, as he shows resilience, skill and the ability to do anything he puts his mind to.